The man was short on money, so he went to the hospital to donate baby batter. 2 years later, the batter earned him $20,000, but 20 years after that, he got sued. It turned out his donation had led to 533 successful pregnancies. Among them, 142 children wanted to know who their biological father was. They filed a joint lawsuit in court. The lawyer handed him the files of those children. The man felt very resistant and threw them into the trash can right away. But he was still curious about what his children looked like. He couldn't help picking up one file, and he was shocked. That son was a football star. This had been the man's dream since he was a kid, and his son had achieved it. He saw his son win on the field and got more excited than anyone else. Inspired by his son, the man went back to his old amateur football team and ran freely on the field. Feeling joyful, he opened another file. This child was a waiter. The man walked into the cafe and talked to his son for the first time. The son had a dream of becoming an actor, and there happened to be an audition that day, but his boss wanted him to work overtime. The man encouraged him to go to the audition and covered his shift, but right after the son left, the boss showed up. Because he had left his post, the son lost his job. The man felt very guilty and didn't know how to explain. Luckily, the audition went well. The son officially started his acting career. So the man decided to meet all the children as a stranger and help them as much as possible. His daughter was a model who wore sexy clothes. The man protected her along the way and scolded anyone with bad intentions. One son was a lifeguard and didn't seem very useful. The man pretended to drown so the son could rescue someone. He thanked him for saving a life. One daughter was a nail artist but had low sales. The man kept going to get pretty manicures. One son was a tour guide with no customers. The man kept joining his tours, going to the same spot again and again. Whenever the man had time, he would take out a file to see if a child needed help. But when he saw one file, his smile stopped. It was his youngest child. The boy had cerebral palsy and had been abandoned in an orphanage. The man didn't know what to do. He just stayed by his side like a father. He took him for walks and fed him meals. Because of this child, the man's mindset changed. He pretended to be the boy's foster father and went to a party. Everyone at the party was a child who had joined the lawsuit. The man blended in. They played games, had a barbecue, and held a bonfire party. He wanted to be a good father, but he was poor, timid, and a failure. In the end, he still chose to hide his identity. But when the media called the mystery dad a bad guy, the children stepped up to speak for him. They had already guessed that their father might have come to see them, but whether they met or not, they respected his choice, because just being given life was enough for them to feel thankful.